Welcome to the Three Hokages podcast. We're your hosts, Kay, Kareem, and Hanif. We're going to jump right into it. We got a lot to cover today. Let's start with Invincible. Invincible season 5, a lot's going on. For those who don't know, last week's episode, they went to Viltrumite's home planet, blew that sucker up. They figured out that, they thought that the remaining Viltrumites, all 39 of them, fled into the outer reaches of the galaxy, but no one can find them. So it just so happens that Mark, his dad, Omni-Man, come back to Earth just to let people know, hey, we don't know where they are. They may be here. We're not sure, but we're going to set up a early warning detection device. I don't know what kind of budget they got, but the Viltrumite's already there. So I guess they can't do an early detection if they're already here. They're like, it's already calibrated because these 39 Viltrumites are already on this planet. Kareem, you've seen the episode.
So I didn't see the last episode. I did see spoilers for it.
Okay.
So I do find this season to be less distracting in terms of the side stories. Or maybe I'm just enjoying those side stories a little bit more. Because for a while when they were showing Nolan and Alan the alien, trying to gather the forces for the war, I forgot about the side stories with Invincible, everyone else. And then when they started showing those stories again, I forgot about Nolan and Alan. Right? So, and not in the bad way though, in actually a good way, where I was caught up in the story that they're fighting, similar characters. Like, oh yeah, I like that guy, I like the dragon fight and everything else, and then they get back to the main story. So I do enjoy the Viltrumite storyline, like the betrayer, the way they had to try to stop them with the plague. I mean, that was even though there wasn't a lot of blood compared to like the subway scene or other scenes, it was a very graphic scene when you see those bodies piled up, and it's like, oh my God, it almost had me feeling bad for the Viltrumites. And I was like, no, let me bring it back. Let me dial that back.
Eyes never even got watery for them.
But when you think about it, it's like, everything is on the table when it comes to them. Because the reality is, how do you stop a race like that? Where they're hell bent on destroying or subjugating everyone and everything. And so I do find it, in terms of the strategy, the way that they've been trying to improve it, I do find it fascinating that they would infiltrate Earth in that manner, because that seems to be the most logical conclusion as to what they can do. They don't have a great army anymore. Yes, they're very powerful, but people have found ways to stop them. And so I do like how the story is something where you're like, wow, this is really good. This is getting more in depth. The stakes are high. You don't know who's going to make it, who's going to survive. Where even, Eve struggles with her powers. None of that feels like it's a distraction. It doesn't feel like it's like, oh God, can we just get back to something else? To me, this season is very tight. Even, Monster Girl, I forget the robot's name offhand, but even them getting stuck.
It's just robot, ain't it?
Yes, exactly. Even them getting stuck, it's like, what's going to happen with them? So I do think that this season is tighter. The storylines are more refreshing. The interactions between the characters are more realistic. They're more adult oriented as opposed to just being a graphic show. So these are real conversations you can see real people having.
So essentially, it's the most down to earth real version of the show. Like, it's the most down to earth, the most. Despite what's going on, it's like it's the most one set in reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. But I mean, I think that's aside from like what Kareem said, as far as these certain characters having superhuman abilities. Now, the collateral damage that happens in this show every week, it's pretty much, which I would imagine would happen in the real world, where people with all these kind of abilities, throwing cars, aliens coming into the streets in the middle of random people getting blown up and eviscerated. Whereas we watching a Marvel movie or a TV show, people, there's explosions, but you don't get the sense of people dying.
Right.
Cars blow up. Okay, well, no one's in the car because Spider-Man pulled the person out, so just the car blew up and out of the way. Like, I was watching Spider-Man Far From Home with the one with Jake Gyllenhaal the other day. On the London Bridge. Like there's all those robots and stuff shooting things up, attacking Spider-Man. And sure, the bridge is on fire, things are blown up, but you have no sense of anyone really, other than Spider-Man. There's no citizens in danger because everyone's cleared out. It's just him and there's one bad guy. Whereas in Invincible, everybody go and die. Whole town, the whole south side of Chicago felt it. That first season when Omni-Man showed his ass. So it's like he put him right through the L train, just killing people. So with this most recent episode, while there wasn't a lot of, actually I'm trying to think, there wasn't any deaths. In this episode, it's just them focus on regrouping, trying to figure out where the bad guys are. Omni-Man, Nolan, it says he's going to go back out into outer space to the hospitals to go look over Oliver, and he's going to take Debbie. So Debbie's balling because she said, "I got the bills on auto pay. Don't worry about anything in the house. I'm going to be with Nolan. We're going to go check on Oliver." I'm like, how much money you got in the bank, ma'am? That all your bills on auto pay. You ain't got to pay. You ain't got to worry about nothing.
Like Debbie is super rich.
Maybe Cecil was helping her out a while ago. Like, no, let me give you a superhero victims fund or widows fund here. Just keep the checkbook stacked up. But no, so now she goes out. Omni-Man's gone. Only real superhero of any salt on that planet is Mark. And Mark, even though he's invincible, he gets his guts pulled out. He gets his body rocked. Somehow he's still alive.
Yeah, like for an invincible character, he's the worst. Yes, that is like he is. He's
like watching Rocky. He's blocking everything with his head. Like,
how any other superhero show, like he would be gone. Like it would. He just like your superpower is that you could just keep coming back. Like, dude, you shouldn't be coming back. You should be gone. It should just be, I don't understand.
But he has probably the worst superhero name. It's like bad marketing for him, if you think about it, because every superhero gets the ass beat. I mean, even Superman from time to time. But the name Invincible is supposed to be like, he gets punched once, you're like, oh, he's not invincible. He just got hit one time. And we're already like, yeah, he's a whack superhero. So I think it's the name. He needs a rebranding of his name. If I was his PR expert, I would tell him, don't call yourself invincible because you can land 10 punches, but if you get punched once, people are going to say you're weak. So
it's not my thing is not so much that he's getting hit, not like he can evade the punches like he's a Flash, that he that he can move fast. It's the fact of the level of severity of how much that Oliver gets beat up. So it's not like, okay, he is invincible because he's the last man standing, technically. But I mean, if they ain't had no doctors, I mean, Conquest literally ripped his guts out. Yeah. The other episodes when he was fought the other versions of himself, he was broken up, bones all popping out, bleeding out his eyes when Thrag was squeezing. So it's like, dude, just check out. But I think with this most recent episode, when he had the conversation, I'm gonna add the picture to the thing here. When Thrag had this one, like he's throughout the entire episode, he's having PTSD. Like he keeps seeing these visions of the Viltrumites, decimating friends and family that he loves. But this time he actually sees Thrag, and Thrag sees him, and it's not an illusion. And Thrag says, "Listen, we can live here amongst your people. We promise we won't try to take over. We just want to live, build our numbers up, and let us live our lives. We can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way." I mean, if I was Oliver, I would have said the same thing to you. Yeah, you got this, because me versus you was already not happening. He flew with all his might, and he blocked it with his head and ate that punch. And now you got 38 others of your kind that's going to be there too. What am I going to do?
Nothing.
If I defeat y'all, the whole planet may just. It took only 3 of them to core through the earth, to core through the Viltrumite homeworld. So what can 38 do? They can take over every major city in this world and bring
nothing.
It to us.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna. I mean, they're gonna be flying around, actually having relationships like Nolan was doing, or they're just gonna be assaulting women all throughout the planet, like some kind of umbrella academy where all these women became pregnant on the same day. Like what? Like
Yeah,
I haven't read the book, so and I know this after the season, the next season probably won't come out until late 2027. So I might as well finish the series. I might as well finish reading the comics so that way I don't have to wait for the TV show. But yeah, no, if Thrag presented that option to you, let us stay here or we're gonna fight this now. What y'all gonna choose?
I'm gonna let you stay here, and then we're gonna be working on a way to kill y'all. But like, everything is gonna seem like sure you get to stay here, you get to be here with us. No harm, no foul, no muss, because we know what you can do. It's just little old me. Stay, enjoy. Don't break our laws more than our other people do. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
You know, be good, upstanding citizens wherever you decide to be, and we'll be okay. And then for like the next 10 years, find a way to kill them all.
But, yeah, well, that's the thing. Well, let the Kareem go. Kareem, what would you choose? Would you choose what Oliver agreed to, or no? You're going to try to shoot the fair one with him?
I would have conditions on them being allowed to stay. So they can't communicate with each other unsupervised. So they're not indoctrinated. If they have any kids, the kids aren't being indoctrinated to want to destroy Earth. Just a lot of different things. They have to check in. They have to be registered. But they're not going to agree to that. So we're going to just take them on. I think they're too dangerous. Like you said, they can wipe out people at any time. They're also extremely intelligent. So they would most likely be working on different ways to subjugate Earth and other planets.
Well, they said, if he's going to hold his truth, though, he said that he was going to, get in the Earth's human way. That he'll let them do whatever they're going to do. We're going to abide by whatever laws y'all have. We'll see.
But why? Why would he want to do that? I don't believe that.
I think he's just about just building a population. Like if he runs into trouble where some more of his actual, full-blooded or pure-blood Viltrumites die, that's one less person that can go around, breeding with humans. Because I don't know what planet they're going to flee to. Like, where will they go? Will they going to go to some other planet? Because Viltrumite's homeworld is gone.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah. I agree with you.
Have Viltrumites. And now they have a new race going around taking on other planets.
Yeah.
So you created a Mutant Registration Act, huh?
No.
Are we doing Civil War now?
You would. I feel like Kareem, you just said that you would be doing.
Because I know you wouldn't agree to it.
And I'm just saying, with the X on your chest, you was talking about creating a Mutant Registration Act. I feel something's not making sense. Just saying.
But they don't have like a Professor X or a Magneto to keep them in line. We already know what they want to do. Even after losing billions, they're still the same. So it's it's like, think of it as the people making the Sentinels. You want to know who they are. You want to know who the mutants are.
But also I think the post-credit scene shows Alan gets the special message from the guy who created the first Black Death or the first plague virus that wiped out majority of the Viltrum, that he perfected the poison, but it may also take out normal humans as well. So they have a shot to take out the Viltrum, but I feel like you got to kind of lure some of them off planet. Maybe if you inject it there, they won't spread it to people on Earth. Because I feel like if you're making an aerosol, that can cause everybody to die. So you need to get it off world. Yeah, synthesize it and get it off world. But one thing I didn't understand is that dude with the space gun. How long does it take to shoot that gen? Because why wasn't he busting shots out left and right when they went to Viltrumite's home planet? I'd have lit that planet with like Swiss cheese. I don't know. Pop. I've been riding around and shooting all over the place.
He was shooting pretty fast at Nolan and Allen. So
yeah, this is like now something. I feel like that was a plot hole. Like he could have been from far away sniping these guys, just like lining up, shooting some shots, and I mean he did the one shot though that the bore through the planet, but I feel like he could have did that a long time ago.
Yeah.
They got 3 more episodes left. Actually, no. Yeah, 3 more episodes because I think it's 8 episodes this season. So I think they have another few more episodes to go before we see the season finale of Invincible. But going into Daredevil, we finally got to see Matt Murdock with Jessica Jones.
Yay.
That was nice. But they also hint at but they actually show Jessica Jones' daughter, the one that she has with Luke Cage, unless they change around the storyline for the MCU. But as you know, comic wise, she had a daughter with Luke Cage. So we'll see if they reference that in the upcoming episode. Like, no, are they estranged parents, or are they actually living together? Because her house was in the suburbs. That wasn't Harlem.
It could be it could be Queens.
I'm fine with that. I mean, we are classy individuals here in Queens, so I could see that. But no, this this brand of New York City, it's not on the level of Gotham, but it's being ran by Mayor Fisk, or Kingpin, is getting close to it. They got their anti-vigilante task force out there just snatching people up, kind of like ICE. Murdoch and Jessica Jones pairing up together to try to take those guys down. But I thought what to me was really interesting about this, and I don't follow her storyline in the comics, was that her powers are now fluctuating. Since she had the baby, she says her powers comes and goes. And we saw that when she was fighting, she actually was wounded. I think she might have had a broken rib. That's Daredevil had mentioned that he could sense that she was hurt. So she says she doesn't know what's going on with her body. Maybe it's still through some changes, but she says it comes and goes.
So I'm excited Jessica Jones is back. I really like the character, the actor. The only thing that was blocking it out, hurting it in my mind was, I know who's coming next, but I won't get into that. It wasn't in this season, wasn't in this episode, so I won't even touch on that. But I do think they have to be consistent with Danielle Cage. I mean, the way she was toying with the bomb, it makes me think that she already has or has shown some type of powers. Because I don't think Jessica Jones would have reacted so calmly. So I think that was just hinting at it, to keep her, consistent with the comics. But I'm glad she's back. I'm glad that they're escalating the situation. New Yorkers, they don't give a damn that the Kingpin's wife just died. They still don't like the dude. It's like,
nope.
No way we passed that now. Let's get back to the man that we hate. So I like how things seem to be escalating. I don't know what the governor's role will be in any of this. I don't even know if she'll be able to, if she's even being played right now. For all we know, she could be being played as part of this role of, okay, now I have the Kingpin, focus his anger on her. Because we know he's not going to lay down.
No.
And Matthew Lillard's character, we know he has to know that as well. So I wonder what else is in store. Because I keep thinking things are going to escalate in order to add on the Defenders. What is going to happen that requires the Defenders to come back together, at least in the same scene?
Yeah, them heavy hitters. Like I'm trying to think if this. Honestly, at first I thought that Matthew Lillard was going to be working for Hydra. I thought it was going to be like a Hydra operative or something. I mean, he still may. We don't know.
But it could be either one. Like
yeah, it could be. I'm wondering if Daredevil series leads into Spider-Man: Brand New Day. Like now that we see that Kingpin's wife is dead, is he going to reach out to the Hand to see if they can use a method to bring her back to life? And that triggers. I don't know if Elektra is still around or whatever. I mean, I agree with you, Kareem. Like, what's going to bring the Heroes for Hire out? What's going to Well, we know that because the Michael Coulter who plays Luke Cage took a picture of himself on set, leaked a picture of Matthew Murdock in prison scrubs. So we know he's going to be locked up somewhere. I don't know what season or what episode or where it is, but he's in jail. And so maybe that's why they're gonna have they'll have to have your boy Iron Fist play play as Daredevil, or have maybe even Bullseye after he gets healed up, he'll take the role of Daredevil. So that way they can say, "Oh, Matt Murdock's not Daredevil," because look, Daredevil's still out and about, helping people and being a vigilante. So that clearly can't be Matt Murdock.
Yeah.
Potentially, they potentially could do both. They could have Bullseye and Iron Fist do the role, because this way it's always like you never really know. Mm-hmm. So that way, like if you have more people that will take on the role while he's in jail, that's great. So most people, like, it's like, well, where is he? Has he? Is he? Whatever. I was trying to look up to see if it's confirmed that the stuff takes place, will lead into it, and I'm like, well, I get it as a stupid AI overview, which I'm like, nah, I don't trust y'all.
Yeah, I think they don't tell us because it's probably gonna lead into spoilers. So it's like you probably have to wait until Spider-Man actually comes out to put it 2 and 2 together. Like, okay, this is. I mean, we know they're in the same universe because we've seen them together in Spider-Man inside of She-Hulk and stuff. So we know that all exists, but where in the timeline is this show take place remains to be seen.
Yeah, but they could do a lot. I know there's rumors about, what's her name, Sadie Sink from Stranger Things. Like, who is she playing? Or the red haired, maybe she's playing Typhoid Mary, which is connected to Kingpin in the comic books. But I don't know if they would connect the two actors in that same romantic relationship in the series. I think I even saw some things about, maybe Matthew Lillard is really Norman Osborn. Just hasn't been revealed yet who he actually is. So there's a lot of things that could come up, which would be very interesting.
Do we know Matthew Lillard's character's name? Honestly, I can't remember what his name was. I just know he just shows up in people's offices telling them what to do. I can't remember if they named him or not. That's because you mentioned that it might be an Osborn. That name definitely wasn't mentioned. I wasn't sure.
It's Mr. Charles. So
it's Mr. Charles.
So they're not really. I don't think they really identified him. It could be like a fake name or just something that he's using. But even in terms of like, and this is just my own fan theory. I'm not basing it off of anything. Even with the Hulk being in Brand New Day, we know he hulks out at some point in time. What if the gamma radiation is what plays a role in Norman Osborn becoming the Goblin in this MCU iteration, or I don't know. It's just a lot of different interesting storylines that I think they could or have already developed. I just don't want to see any spoilers about it. I want it all to be nice surprises, even if it's far from what all the speculation is. I just like the build up because I think they're really going to deliver. I don't think it's going to be stringing you along for years and years. I think they're going to deliver something because Marvel fans are getting impatient.
What? No.
Yeah, I feel like watching Matthew Lillard play this character feels like it's not a far leap from his character in Alex Cross. Like he's still still a villain somewhere.
Right.
A corporate villain. No. I got these ties to these individuals. I need X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. Maybe he is still Hydra. Like, I think Hydra could work really well. It makes more sense. Well, I'm just trying to think like who.
We got 3 more.
I guess it would depend on it would depend on what Matthew Lillard, like, if he's going to be confirmed to come back for the next season. Could this also just be a way to bring in mutants?
Possible. Because he doesn't have to appear in Daredevil anymore.
No, he doesn't.
Because there's some reason that he doesn't want to go up the chain in terms of these weapons. So I believe that this is just some side gig that he's running without really any real authorization.
Maybe he works in Madripoor.
Yeah. Even AIM, they deal with manufacturing weapons. and I was wondering, even though Jessica Jones is losing her powers here and there, did she really lose her powers when she tried to punch that agent? For all
I
we
don't
know,
think
he
she
could have
faked it.
taken some kind of, experimental drug that they found in those, in that weapons cache, and now he has some kind of superpower that we're just not aware of yet.
No, either way, he got cracked over the back of his head and he went down. So his powers ain't fully activated yet either. Then, but I thought maybe I read it as far as it shows her body fluctuating as far as the powers come and go. Her invincibility, if you will, or her extra strength is hit or miss. Yeah. But I think we have 3 episodes left of Daredevil, so there's still I think 3, right? Because I think this was episode 5 or week 5. I think there's 8
I think
episodes.
there's only 2 left.
Oh, 2. Oh, so it's only
I think there's the hate. Yeah, there's 2 left. There's the Hateful Darkness and the Southern Cross. That's it. And those one comes out on the 28th and one comes out May 5th.
Okay, so 2 weeks later. So the next 2 weeks, and that's it. I still haven't seen anything of Punisher, so I thought maybe Punisher may have shown up again, but I guess that's not happening. The other side story is with White Tiger. I was hoping that we'd eventually see her don the outfit and use her powers, but just so that way it gives us more inclination that she may become a Young Avenger. But I know she's not part of the Young. I don't believe she's part of the Young Avengers in the comics. But at this point, they can go far with the Young Avengers. I don't care who they are. It's just I like to see if they're going to develop these characters as opposed to just this is my one little spot to shine and you'll never see me again kind of thing. Yeah. Especially when it deals with New York City. And we know they have so many other established characters. Like we don't see anything about the Thunderbolts at all inside of New York City. And this is where you have the anti-villain task force. I mean, maybe this threat is much further below them as far as they look at the more global and universal threats, but still, no mention of them at all. No picture of their tower in Manhattan, which isn't too far from where they're stationed in Hell's Kitchen, but we'll see. It's Disney Plus. We know things can change rather quickly. Yeah. But also on Disney Plus, I know we have Darth Maul, Shadow Lord, and I think that one we have. I think it was like each week there's 2 episodes comes out, right? So like it's always a new episode. I think this past week was to me it was probably the best episode because it had a lot more. Lightsaber duels, and he also got introduced to an Inquisitor. Yeah, so that to me was like, oh, we don't know who the Inquisitor is. They don't really give him a name, him or her a name, but you got to see an Inquisitor actually hunting Maul, then discovers there's also 2 Jedis on the planet, and he's hunting them too. And there's actually a good fight between the 3, actually 4 of them, because Darth Maul shows up as well to fight.
So what is your take on it so far, considering you've gone through all the Clone Wars and all the other animated series?
I enjoy it. The only thing is with these prequels, when you have a finite storyline, like we know what happens with Darth Maul. So it's like it takes out the mystery of what's going to happen to him or how much more can happen to him, because we know in Clone Wars, Star Wars Rebels, he ends up getting killed by Obi-Wan and Tatooine. Sorry, spoiler alert for those who but he ends up getting killed anyway. So it's not. So this takes place long before then. This takes place, I think. This takes place before Rogue One. So this is still before. No, episode 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now this takes place. I guess before Rogue One, but after. But still before Rebels, because Rebels he dies. This takes place after Bad Batch, so there hasn't been a firm rebellion yet against the Empire. So I think this is just before or just after Bad Batch comes out. But I like it. I mean, Darth Maul was always an interesting character to me when we first showed him in Phantom Menace. I'm interested to see more about his storyline here. So if it's only just a 1-seasoner or if it's going to be more than 1 season. I'd like to see it because I guess his facial expressions and the paint and the horns make him seem like he's more about aggressive energy, but he seems to be a calm individual who sees the Jedi who sees the Sith for who they are, and like there's always an alternative path. Like he had a nice conversation with Ahsoka in the Clone Wars animated series when they had the Fall of Mandalore. Like he had a good. I mean, even though he was attacking her, but like he made sense. Like you don't need to choose this path. You can do something else. And she's like, nah, I gotta be the good guy. Okay. But I like this series so far, and I enjoy that every week is 2 episodes, not just 1.
Yeah.
Agreed.
It took me a few tries to get past the first intro scene in the episode.
Really? No?
Not because it wasn't good. It was like, whoa, this is nice. And then he comes in at the end before they play the music. But I kept falling asleep right after that. It had nothing to do with the show. It's just, starting it late at
New
night.
Parenthood.
New Parenthood.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
I was cozy, it was quiet. But I didn't give up on it. And I'm actually glad I didn't. Because at once I started watching it in the daytime when I could, and I got past that scene, I'm like you said, the characters are actually very interesting. Especially Darth Maul. He's like, to me, it's like, a character who he was popular because of how he looked when they first showed him. And he seemed, badass, like walking back and forth, pacing after just, taking out a Jedi. And then he gets cut in half, and it's like, well, we wanted to see more of him. They didn't really develop him in that movie at all. So it's just amazing how far they've come in terms of, the path that they set him on. I guess getting cut in half would do that to someone where, they evaluate all the decisions they've made in life.
Shout out to Dave Filoni for rescuing him out of that pit.
Exactly.
He get cut in half and thrown down as an exhaust pipe or whatever it was, and then to bring him back to life. To write, oh yeah, we just strapped some metal bionic legs and torso on him. But Qui-Gon got the shimmy shake in the chest, and he's like, oh, I guess you got to die. Like, come on.
He gets arthritis here and there. I could relate to that. It's fine.
Yeah.
But I love how they're able to still find that niche. These are characters who they're not part of the rebellion. They're not part of the Empire. They're trying to make do. They're trying to survive. But it's touched on every aspect of their life regardless. So Lawson, he doesn't want the Empire there. Two Boots is just doing what he's programmed to do, basically. You have 2 Jedi, trying to survive. And it's like, you have powers, do you steal? Do you not steal? Like, we just need food. Like, so it's I like how they're taking this and they're turning it into questions of, survival. What is, the Force, the dark side, light side, where they actually make it interesting characters, where it's even like, yo, Darth Maul, are you sure you want to still, pursue this girl? Like, the Empire is here, and he still wants to for whatever reason. So I do find it engaging in and of its own world. We don't need to see like the bigger Jedi names or the bigger names for the Empire. The storylines here in terms of what's going to happen to these characters, I think they're doing an excellent job in making that, very engrossing. So I am enjoying it. The last episode, the action really did pick up, and I'm kind of glad it did. I needed to see more, lightsaber battles. So I do think this is one of the more enjoyable animated series from Star Wars in a while.
Agreed.
So according to Wikipedia, it takes place a year after the events of Clone Wars. This is supposed to be a year after. So it's before
Bad Batch, but after it's before Bad Batch. Then I thought it was after Bad Batch, because by the time Bad Batch came out, I think there was already a rebellion force against the Empire, but it wasn't fully formulated like it was with Andor and Rogue One and A New Hope. Okay, but again, it's the downside is that I know for all this energy that he's expelling here, we know what's going to happen to him. I think that's to me one reason I like sometimes watch Ahsoka and enjoy it, because we don't know what happens to her character. She doesn't exist in any of the live action movies, any mention of her whatsoever. So her, Admiral Thrawn, we don't know what happens to these individuals.
Yeah.
So that to me is like, and that's I enjoy it with that series, similar to Mandalorian as well. You don't know what happens to these people because we've never seen them in the live action films. So their stories can still be rewritten. I think that George Lucas and crew didn't anticipate how popular Darth Maul was going to be.
Come on, no, they had to have. I'm sorry. There's no.
Why would you kill him
not,
off? Why not just injure him, bring him back
because
for another fight? But I guess you wanted to push Dooku to be the next
yes.
Sith apprentice. It was like,
Yeah,
I mean, that fight was nice,
like,
but it wasn't the same. It didn't, to me, it didn't hit the same as seeing Maul. You know, the castle doors open up, and Maul just standing there with hood down, like he a boxer getting ready to go into the ring. And, he puts the sword out.
Yeah.
1, 2. I mean, to this day, you still know the whole crowd in the theater was like, oh, because we never seen a dual lightsaber before. And had he had an Inquisitor thing that was spinning. No,
that's what I'm saying. Like they know that there's no. That's why I think like they knew that this character would have been super popular. But I think if Maul would not have been killed, would he have been as long lasting in your brain if he made it through more than one movie, if he had made it through multiple movies?
Yeah, I think for me he would have still been long lasting. It's not so much that, okay, because I see you more than once, you're no longer that impressive to me. I think it was just the look of him and seeing something for the last 20, 30 years before this movie came out, Phantom Menace came out. It was always one lightsaber, bong, 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 whatever. But now you see a person with a dual-edged lightsaber using different martial arts movements. It's not just all about hair and a solid kick placement. He's doing flips and everything else, really energetic and athletic. It captured my attention and probably a lot of other people's attention as well. Then you turn that into just talking about just the films now. You turn that into I forgot the actor's name, but he to play Count Dooku, he's more of a fencer. So now he's got the curved hilt and he's one-handed. That's nice and all, but it's not the same as what we saw before, because Maul wasn't really using his force powers too much, but Dooku was using his to pull environment pieces down and stuff when he fought Obi-Wan and Anakin. I think in the animated.
Also, because Count Dooku was Christopher Lee. Christopher Lee was like what?
I didn't cast him. Whose fault is that?
Christopher Lee, no slander for Christopher Lee.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying you're not going to see Christopher Lee doing cartwheels and stuff like you saw Darth Maul doing it.
But if Darth Maul survived, when we look at Obi-Wan the same.
No,
so it had to set Obi-Wan up to be somebody who's dangerous enough to actually be Anakin.
So if he didn't kill Darth Maul, because the way he did because of the film, but we know in the anime series he didn't kill him. Had Darth Maul left, he killed Qui-Gon, and he said something, "I'll see you soon," and departed. Would I think anything less of Obi-Wan? No.
Yes.
You would think less of maybe Darth Vader, because it's like, okay, now there's somebody out there named Darth Maul who he didn't get beat by Obi-Wan. And not only did he not get beat by Obi-Wan, he took on 2 Jedi, where Darth Vader lost to 1 Jedi. So I think they had to set it up to show, that chain. Obi-Wan could beat Darth Maul when he lets go. And then that justifies why he beat Darth Vader. But now Darth Vader
I'm not saying he got to beat it all the way up into the New Hope. I'm just saying they could at least given us Darth Maul for a little bit into the next movie. What is it? The Clone Wars, or Attack of the Clones, or whatever. That Obi-Wan could have fought him in the opening segment. Kill him there. Still do the split in half maneuver on him. Caught you at it, whatever.
No.
He could have fought him in Camino. He fought him there, and he would have cut him in half and fall into the water. So we think he drowned, but yet Palpatine rescued his body. He's still going the robotic legs in the animated series. So he still dies. Obi-Wan got 2 Sith Lords or apprentices under his belt knocked out. I don't know. I mean, I don't think anything less of Obi-Wan if he had he not killed him in the first movie. I'm not like, oh, he killed your master. You didn't get him he didn't get him back in the first movie. You a sucker. No.
I feel like it was like that was the moment that you really, him killing him in that movie was the point. Like you needed to see that. Like it set Obi-Wan up to be this. You're like, okay, now you get why he's a good teacher for Luke.
Why he survived out of all of
like
who he thought was the only Jedi left at the time.
Mhm.
Yeah, like that needed to happen, and then that it needed to happen in that thing. Like if he would have went on to the next season, to the next movie, and then he would have just like it wouldn't have felt as it would have felt hollow of a kill. If that makes sense.
Oh, it felt like Qui-Gon's death wasn't as strong as
Yeah,
okay.
it was like it gave a really strong presence, and it wouldn't have done the same if he would have made it to the next movie and then they killed him. It would just be like, oh, okay.
Somebody gotta die.
Yeah, basically.
Somebody had to. I mean, they could maybe he took out Jar Jar. I don't know. Somebody had to die.
Yeah, he should have took out Jar Jar.
As he's on his way out, he just poke him real quick.
Yeah.
Keep going. Oh, Annie, Mr. said, did we lose him?
I think we just lost him. So
let's see. I think we lost Kareem here. I didn't touch anything.
Kareem probably did something. He probably was just like, poop. What happened, dude? What happened?
I don't know. I guess I hit it when I was laughing. I hit a button. So I hit the back button, and I went back to the login screen. I said, "Oh my god, what happened?"
Oh, like, wait a second. I didn't touch nothing. No, hands free.
Everything away from you.
No, but yeah, I mean, it's a good conversation we had in regards to Darth Maul. I'd say he's still gonna be one of my favorite Sith Lords. I mean, there's other ones out there, but I think because of his appearance and his unique abilities, and him being one of the first ones we see using a dual wield, lightsaber. Even though the Inquisitors have one that they just press the button that just spins like he's General Grievous. I still like Darth Maul more.
Yeah.
I mean, even though General Grievous can like pop out those extra arms like he's Doc Ock and just be spinning them joints.
It's not.
He also got killed by Obi-Wan. The Obi-Wan's he's out there racking up kills left and right.
Yeah, he's no joke.
Yeah. I mean, even I think it was before the Clone Wars. I forgot that the Star Wars and it might have been like the prequel to the Clone Wars. It was like 5-minute cartoons. They used to come on Cartoon Network before the Clone Wars movie came out, and that one was like you saw General Grievous when he was killing those other Jedis, but you also saw the power of Mace Windu. You saw the power of Yoda. Like they was using the Force to pull down whole Star Destroyers. Like
yeah,
you do all that, and then in the live action, they're just sitting on the couch.
Yeah,
we recognize you as a knight. We're not gonna give you the title of master. Like, come on, do something, man. I'm waiting for them to do the thing. Come on. Yeah. All right. Well, let's jump into the latest movie that came out, which was MJ, the Michael Jackson biopic. I saw online that it's only I think a part 1 of 2, and maybe a second one. This one was directed by Antoine Fuqua. I'm eager to see it, but I don't think I'm willing to pay to see it. Like it's one of those things that I think we've all agreed offline. Like we've seen more than one iteration of the Michael Jackson story, whether it's the American Dream, the TV movie series, or that other one that showed your boy Homeboys in Outer Space Flex as both dark skin and light skin Flex. The first time an actor was doing a dramatic role in whiteface.
No.
I mean,
it doesn't exist.
It's nice that they used an actual Jackson to represent Michael in this film. The trailer looks pretty good, but I don't know if there's anything in it that's going to make me surprised. Oh, I didn't know about him, but I remember him for his music, and I'm fine with that. So I can wait till it shows up on streaming services.
I'm interested in seeing the movie, but I can't justify paying ticket prices for it. The last movie I saw, the tickets went over $100. Yeah, because they know which movies are going to be popular and they charge more for those.
But this is also you're not just not one ticket. You're not just buying one ticket.
No, yeah, I'm not just buying one ticket.
I know.
But again, the tickets for the hot movies, the first week, the second week they come out, they're higher, for at least for the movie that I go to, than the other tickets. And I'm not going to justify that. Not because I don't want to see it, not because I'm not interested, but like you said, this is, we lived through a lot of this, so we saw a lot of this in real time. There have been many series that we've watched, other movies that we've watched. So this is something that I can actually wait for. I did hear a lot of good things about it in terms of the acting and the portrayal. It focuses more on the positive aspects of his life because this is connected to the family in terms of the production, which makes perfect sense. So I am just going to wait until it comes on streaming, or if I'm blessed to see it another way.
Ahoy, Captain Mikey.
But it is something that I do want to see, and I'm sure it's better than that last one where they had Flex as Michael Jackson. But I'll just enjoy it vicariously through others at this point in time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but my sister saw it, and she was like, again, she liked the first 45 minutes, and she was like, okay, that's all I needed to really see. And then she was disappointed about where the movie stopped versus how it didn't go further. But I guess if it's supposed to be there's supposed to be a second movie, that would probably be the rest of it past the This Is Us tour.
So it makes it past the Pepsi incident.
Right. Because I think because this first one includes the Pepsi incident. So this ends in 88 in like at the beginning of the Bad tour.
Okay, so this goes past the Motown 50, the Pepsi incident. Okay. All right. So
it's just
it has a thriller, so it's before Black and White. Right.
Part of me is I'm slightly curious because it does look like I wasn't curious before, but I kind of want to see it, but at the same time I'm like, Jackson's An American Dream was what I enjoyed. That was good.
Yeah, no one was asking for this film. It wasn't like, I haven't seen anything about Michael in a while. I hope they have a movie. No one was asking for this.
Right.
No, I still bopped his music, so it's not like I haven't listened to it. It's just it's not enough draw of interest for me, because I think, like I said, we lived through it, so it's not like it's an individual I'm not familiar with. This is the story of the Four Tops or the OJs. Let me find out the behind the scenes or some other character that even a musician that lived during our time that I wasn't familiar with. If it was so I wouldn't pay to see it anyway. If it was a Madonna or a Cyndi Lauper, these are people I've listened to, but it's not like I knew all about their intricate
their
behind the scenes personal life. I'm not interested 100% into knowing what went on behind the scenes anyway. So, like in Cream, I'm not going to spend $25 to $100 for food, popcorn and everything else and ticket for 2.5, 3 hours of stuff I really don't care about. I'm just want to hear your discography. Sure, I'll go. It could have been a Prince story. I don't know much about. I don't know really much about anything as far as Prince's personal life behind the scenes. So
do not give them an idea because they will potentially.
Well, I mean, they're going to just redo Purple Rain. How much is this?
Yes, that's exactly what they'll do. They'll start from him as a child. They'll redo Purple Rain. Someone would do that. Stop
starring Trevor Noah as Prince.
They had that thing, go get my change. It needs as long as they have that line, I'll go see it again.
That's a former and a creator that I only knew sparingly of some of his hits. So if I was to know more about his behind the scenes, do I want to pay to see it? Not really. I'll wait till it goes on. I'll wait till it goes online. I'll wait till it goes on streaming. I'll check it then. There's no rush for me to. I got to see this in the theater. The IMAX of him doing that moonwalk. I got to see this. No.
But again, so far from the people that have seen it, they've said that Jafar Jackson does a great job playing his uncle.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, it probably didn't take much as far as prosthetics to make him look like him.
Yeah,
I'm still wondering what's going on with your boy. Which one is it? Which Jackson is it? The one with the all slick back on the side? Jermaine. Yeah. I need to pull that brother to the side, man. Come on, man. You got that shoe polish on the side of your scalp. That little piece of.
Stop. That's who Jafar's dad is.
He needs to pull him. Pops, I can't have you come to the premiere looking like this. What you doing? All the elder Jacksons, they all. Joe did a number of them because they're all out to lunch. I don't know if any of them are really coherent.
I don't know. Randy might be fine. Randy's the youngest one, I think.
So he's maybe the youngest one. By that time, Joe got tired of whooping up on those kids, so he got off scot free. A whooping hand is little sauce. You go like something out of Boondocks. You go pick a switch and beat yourself.
Wow. We just gonna hit you. We just gonna hit you. But yeah, I don't know. I don't want it. I'm curious because it looks interesting. I'm curious because people are saying the acting is really, really well. But people have not put in a bad performance in this movie. But at the same time, I'm just I kind of don't care.
I saw who they casted as Diana Ross. I'm like, this woman looks nothing like Diana Ross.
Wait, who's Diana Ross? Hold on,
like Tracy Ellis Ross. She wasn't even the complexion wise. It's not even close.
Oh, now I'm looking like who was Diana?
I forgot the actress's name, but if you look up Diana Ross in the Michael Jackson movie, the actress.
So I don't know if she was in the actual movie. It said.
Well, yeah, they cut her role out. She was Cat. Is it Cat Graham?
Cat Graham? Really? No, I don't. If it is Cat Graham, if it's Cat Graham, I could see Cat Graham putting in a good performance as Diana Ross.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they cut her portion out, so that part. So the masses didn't get to see it. But I'm just saying I look at the two pictures side by side of the two individuals. I'm like, I don't see it.
Okay. Well, hey, Lorenz Tate was playing Berry Gordy, so.
I mean, but look at an old picture of Berry Gordy and look at Lorenz Tate with I don't know what makeup they put on him in the movie, but if you look at Lorenz Tate with just a little fro and a mustache and a full-on beard, he look close. And I'm not expecting people to be a carbon copy, but something within the same,
a little bit closer,
same circle as to what that individual looked like would be fine.
I don't know, but Lorenz Tate is 50 and still look like he in his 30s or early 20s.
That's that melanin, baby. he's on that. Maybe he's on that nutritional diet like Maya, where she's I think she's in her 40s as well, 40s or 50s, but she still looks like she's in her early 30s. Like she doesn't look like she aged any.
Yeah.
I think she's a vegan or something, but I digress. Michael Jackson. If we see it, whether streaming or non-streaming, we'll let you know what we thought of it. Kim gave it 2 thumbs up because she saw it on the high seas. my son Jaden, he said he liked it, but he hasn't lived through Michael Jackson like we lived through Michael Jackson. So this might actually be new information for him. Probably similar to people who've never listened to Queen live and saw the Freddie Mercury movie and thought this was accurate. Oh no, this is. Go ahead.
But isn't this the same people that brought you the Freddie Mercury movie?
I don't know, and it may very well be. I know they really sanitized that storyline, either for brevity or for some other reasons. But I know a lot of the stuff that happened to Queen and happened to Freddie Mercury wasn't put into that film.
It is. It's the same person, Graham King, OBE. He did the Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah. So, well, now we know why he was sanitized.
Maybe another 5 or 10 years we'll get an Amy Winehouse film. I mean, we're just going down the line, so we might get maybe because she unfortunately she passed away, so that gives some drama. So people may want to see how this is going to play out on TV. So they may Yeah.
In my family, and there was a new music video coming out. It was family time. You all sit there, you watch it together, you talk about it, you then try to copy it. So to me, it's it was like yesterday still. So it's right. I know how big some of these things were. We lived it. It wasn't
get the blank VHS ready. Get ready. Hit record. Hit record.
Exactly.
Pepsi presents.
We remember everything. It was an event. every time. And I don't know how a movie would capture that accurately, but basically the life just felt like a movie at times.
Yeah, I mean, people sell out stadiums now. Taylor Swift, Beyonce, and these individuals, they sell out stadiums. But you have Michael having like people passing out in the stands. He's walking to the street, or he got a whole police department following behind him in the streets to keep people away from him. Like it kind of reminds me like when I Show Speed showed up in New York City and people were running through Union Square just to get close to his SUV. But on a bigger scale, like, I mean,
yeah,
it would have looked like World War Z as far as the level of people outside if Michael Jackson was there back in the day. Like, he's just walking the street and it'd have been, heads as far as the eye can see, just trying to get a glimpse of Michael Jackson. Whereas now it's like, oh, okay. I guess the thing is maybe it's because of social media. Everyone's so accessible now. I don't have to sit at home and wait for that. Like Kareem said, I wait for the world premiere of Thriller or Black and White or Remember the Time to show up on Fox News or something, because I can just go on TikTok later on. I could just watch the video there and keep it going about my day. Yeah. I mean, it's a plus and a minus. Because you're everywhere, it's no longer an importance to see you first somewhere.
Yeah. Which is kind of sad.
Yeah. I mean, that's a trade-off, because to have the world in the palm of your hand, literally, you trade off on certain things. But I think next week's episode we will cover. Is there a finale? No, there's no finale for The Boys. But we can jump into The Boys. Have you guys started watching Paradise yet? No.
So this is why I reacted this way. Because the last time we talked, you mentioned like, Paradise season 2 is out. It's good so far. But yeah, I'm gonna get to it. I enjoy it. Love season 1. And we're supposed to be taking naps during the day as needed. First episode of season 2. Last episode of season 2. It's all seen in the same day. That's how good it was.
Oh, okay.
To me. I need season 3.
Now,
so we're gonna jump into. We're gonna go to Paradise next week. We're doing Paradise next week. Then the look on your face was telling me like you didn't watch it at all. I was like,
no, I did. It just blew my mind. I need that. I need that season 3.
So next week we're gonna jump into Paradise.
Yeah.
So you still got time, Kim.
Okay. I will.
Just go on
Wikipedia and look at the episode recap.
I'm already doing it. First of all,
so look on Facebook. Like, I'm not gonna watch it. I'll just read about it.
Let's be honest. If you ever see like a brightness on this side of my face, that means I have Wikipedia opened up and I'm reading something. So like, but if it looks like this, there's nothing else. The moment you see like it goes from this to this, I got Wikipedia.
Yeah, but
well, good to know. Good to know. See, you can see the reflection of our glasses, but you don't got glasses, so that's
right. For me,
like, she's looking it up. Give her a second.
It's like just light coming from this side. It's Wikipedia. Any other time the screen looks like this, and she's like, "Wait, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense."
Nice. Okay, so next week we're gonna jump into Paradise and some other stuff. This is the end of our episode, so have a good one. This is K, Kareem, and Honey. Take care.
Later.